The next tendency we want to talk about is contrast misreaction. So this ties into mental accounting and what I like to call the Girl Scout cookie close. So a close is a technique that closes a sale for a salesman, and this Girl Scout this Girl Scout was selling cookies, and she sold the most cookies in the United States. And years ago, Johnny Carson, who had the Tonight Show before currently Jimmy Fallon has it, had her on as a guest, and he asked her how she sold so many cookies. And she said, well, it's really simple. Do you want me to tell you? And he goes, yes, please. She goes, okay. So she rings the doorbell and says, hello, I'm with the Girl Scouts, and I'd like to know if you'd like to buy 2 tickets to the opera for only $2,000. All of the money goes towards the Girl Scouts, and it will be a benefit for our troop. Would you like to buy 2 tickets? And of course, everyone says, no, I'm not going to spend $2,000 to go to the opera. That's ridiculous. It's way too high. I don't like the opera. I'm not going to do it. And then she says, well, would you at least buy a box of cookies for $3? Now, you know the cookies are worth 50 cents, but nevertheless, compared to the 2 tickets that you've already said no to, the contrast of the $3 is so dramatic, and you feel so bad about saying no to her that you have a misreaction of saying, not reframing it, think to yourself, do I really want to buy these cookies for $3? Because you really don't. Maybe you want to help her out, maybe you don't, but the way she sold them was to first give you a lead in of a very expensive item, and then in contrast, this item looks better. You've obviously seen all of the ads online that have at least 3 options. One cheap option, which nobody feels they're cheap, and then that has one high-priced option, which maybe is a platinum option, and maybe you don't need that. So you vie for the middle option. Of course, the middle option is where they make all their money. So you think of contrast misreaction as a psychological tendency to look at the contrast between 2 different things and make a bad decision. To avoid this, so here's how you do it. Get the previous information out of your mind and look at only the situation in isolation. So in the Girl Scout cookie example, what we do is we simply say, do I want this box of cookies for $3? And ignore the fact that you've already said no, and that you feel bad for her, and your emotions are tied up into, I've said no, at least I could give her $3 because I've ruined her day and said I won't buy her $2,000 worth of tickets. And so you've got to get all that out of your head and say, do I really want these cookies for $3? And so another way to do that, of course, is to say, will I be happy when I shut the door with these cookies and no $3? And if you are, well, then maybe you should buy them. But if after the fact you're going to think about it, if you can envision yourself in the future, will I be really happy with this? Well, maybe you don't want to buy these cookies for $3, and you can overcome the contrast misreaction that they're trying to put on you as salesmen. So when you think of any time they give you one price and then change to another, that you want to reframe it and get the other price or the other situation out of your head. One way realtors do this is they will take you to an overpriced home that's very low in value, one that's a little too expensive, does not look good, and then they'll take you to one that's more moderately priced, and that they really want to sell you. So they never take you to or not never, but sometimes they don't take you to their first choice first because they want to prime you for their second choice or their third choice, where they really feel that, oh, this will be in your price range, this is really the one you want, so let's take you to the opera first and then sell you the cookies. So when we think of contrast misreaction, we simply ask ourselves, was there a contrast prior to this, and how do we get it out of our heads, or can we get it out of our heads so we make an informed decision without being biased towards or influenced by the previous price or previous situation.